I'm gonna flush this down. Today on Cookieglue, I'm gonna show you how to set toilet water on fire. You're gonna need some salt, a whole lot of it, some isopropyl alcohol, and some matches, and of course, a toilet to set on fire. Our first step is just to make the toilet water really salty. So to do that, I'm just gonna add a crap ton of salt to this until it's a saturated solution of salt water. Which is why I have another one of these, because this one has run out, I think. Let's add a bit more. And once I'm done adding this, I'm gonna stir it around. I wouldn't recommend using a spoon for this, because then everyone in your family will hate you for putting a spoon in a toilet. Oh yeah, speaking of annoying your parents, this reminds me, don't try this at home. That's kind of hypocritical to say, but if you do this, I'm not responsible for any damages that occur. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna take our high concentration isopropyl. The higher concentration, the more successful this will be. And we're gonna use this dropper, so that way we won't have a huge amount inside the toilet, because we don't want a giant fire in there, because that would be a huge fire hazard. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna add a few drops here. And basically, I'll give a longer explanation at the end of the video, but because there's so much salt in the water, none of the isopropyl alcohol will dissolve. So, in fact, what it'll do, because it's lower density than the water, it'll all be at the top of the water, and then it can be burned off. And assuming this fire goes out of control, you can just flush the toilet, and that will add water, which will decrease the concentration of the alcohol, because salt water won't be able to dissolve the alcohol, but fresh water will. And so that way, you can just flush the toilet and everything will be okay. I got a match, but not gonna lie, I'm kind of worried. Oh, I guess I didn't have enough alcohol. Trial number 2. Really confident that it will work this time. God damn it, this is so difficult. How about we add let's add that much. It could also be that I didn't add enough salt. After dozens of tries, I finally managed it. Let me show you. Toilet fire! Yeah, that wasn't that exciting, wasn't it? Maybe we should add a bit more alcohol. Added a lot of alcohol to this one, so this should be a big final fire. I'm gonna flush this down. Quick disclaimer that you should not put matches down the drain. It completely extinguishes the fire. So the name of the game in this project is isopropyl alcohol, which looks like this. However, when you buy rubbing alcohol, it's actually in a solution. So a more accurate way to look at it is more of this picture, where the isopropanol is dissolved in the water. So isopropanol dissolves in water great, but the problem is, if you add something else, like salt, then the water molecules will have a higher affinity to the chlorine and sodium ions, shown as purple and green in this picture. And therefore, if you add enough salt, then the water won't be able to dissolve all of the isopropanol. So when you go to add the alcohol, it'll look like this. Because water has a higher density than the alcohol, and the water can't dissolve the alcohol will just form a layer on the top, which can be burned away. So this fire formed by the toilet water, it's not actually the water burning, it's just the alcohol on the surface. Some of you may have noticed that my ending's different today, and that's because I have something to say. Hive Cassini kicked the bucket, and it's because of my own hive design. This is just a picture of them, or a video, so we can remember them, but they died because there wasn't enough ventilation and the moisture dripped back down on the bees. There was still tons of resources inside the hive, which makes it even worse, but everyone give an F for each bee.